Okay, so this video is going to be a bit different. Um, I'm predicting Donald Trump will win the election uh, by a long shot, and I'm not Republican nor am I Democrat. I could care less about politics, to be honest, mainly because it's all just a shit show. But I have parents who are into conspiracy theories, into all the religious stuff, and thinking Trump is the savior and all this other things. And I recall reading a few years ago about there was a. Now I'm gonna compare Trump to the Antichrist right now. Who gives? Who cares, dude? There's no devil. There's no Satan. There's none of that. But just for entertainment's sake, let's compare it. Not that you guys want to hear about politics, but um, there were some Bible quotes, and I can't find the site now that was referencing them, but it essentially said there will be somebody who uh, comes in sheep's clothing, essentially, and acts like he's of God's servant, um, and then eventually he gets cast out or he gets rejected. Essentially, what happened with Donald Trump there, and then he'll come back into power. Um, can't find the site for some reason. It was very interesting. It showed all the Bible quotes. Um, but man, we're in some crazy ass times. This is going to happen. Donald Trump is going to win. I guarantee it. 100%, 150%, 200%. I guarantee it. And there's going to be pandemonium in the streets. I can guarantee that as well. So, us as spiritual workers, we need to be grounded. Grounded as heck. There's not a lot of time. Um, we got from today, it's almost into March now. March 1st, give or take. What do we got? Like, I don't know, like 8 months or something? Something like 8 months. So, if you're on your spiritual path, work to get grounded. That's what's going to keep you here, keep you present. Yeah, my bad about all the mannerisms here. I'm just kind of venting. Also, crypto's going to go up insanely. I've already predicted that. Um, I already know a lot of things that in that realm. I'm gonna be happy to not have to work anymore, which will be pristine. Um, but to my journey towards transcendence, it's a confusing time for me right now. It's a very confusing time. I'm at the death of myself, um, the death of who I've been, and I think to kill that part of myself, I have to forgive that part of myself, and so that's where I'm at, is to forgive and let go for that part of me. So that's been difficult. I haven't been doing it much. Um, as well, I told a friend about it, about my past, and she says she'll get back to me. So that's more reassuring than I thought it would be, to be honest. But see what happens. Um, yeah, ultimately, there's going to be some insane shit happening this year. The Matrix is collapsing. The fear that people have been pushed under and shoved under and been afraid for their lives, afraid for everything. People are waking up. They're waking up to the fact that reality is not what the news says it is. Walk outside, walk around a city. Like They say, oh, you're gonna get shot, you're gonna get killed, you're gonna get murdered, you're gonna get murked in the streets. Dude, I go on walks every day. Given I'm not a woman, so there's a lot more danger there. But like, I've been going on walks every day. I have done that. It's like, bro, you manifest your reality. You manifest your reality. If you're afraid and you're walking around being afraid, you're going to manifest fear. You're going to manifest these people to come into your life, give you a taste of their medicine. You know what I mean? People don't realize that. If you're living in fear all the time, which, let's be honest, most of us are. I still am, but not in that type of fear. I don't care. I used to live in a small town, so I kind of have this oblivious mindset, which is like, I've read about the I've read about the crime rate somewhat. I've read about some of that stuff, but it's just like, and like, yeah, I'm not going to be affected by it. I'm just not. It's not going to happen. Like, if people would believe that themselves, it wouldn't happen. Um, and if it does, that was just the soul path. Um, but anyways, Donald Trump's going to win this year. Um, there's going to be fighting between Republicans and Democrats. I don't know if it's going to get street level or not, but it may. Um, there's going to be a breakdown of uh, the fear-based structure that they have us under, and the division that is sown between us. There is going to be a rift there where there's going to be a dichotomy between those that are gathering together for a bigger cause, and it may be like Republicans and Democrats. It may be these people that have been cast aside, and they start to realize, hey, we're not so different after all. But also, there's going to be pandemonium before before any of I shouldn't say before any of that, before any of the gathering together. I feel like they're going to occur simultaneously. There's going to be people on the streets at the same time. There's going to be other groups that are both spiritual workers that are grounding people and helping them cope with what's going on. But yeah, there's just going to be like, I'm reading a thing up here, cascading of effects. The fact that the weather, dude, is like shifting so flippin' much right now, it's insane. Like, where I'm at, it went from 60 degrees to like, today it's like 20, and this week is gonna be 7. It went from 7 in the daytime to 7, or 60 to 7, and then it's gonna go back up to 50 next week. Does that seem normal to you? Does that seem normal? And there's still climate change deniers. I know 3 of them. I know 3. Anyway, I seem kind of heated about this because it's like, dude, how do you deny this? People that are wrapped up in the fact that the government lies about everything, yeah, they lie about a fuck ton of stuff. But I just wish they'd realize that, hey, the government is also pretty smart sometimes. They can trick you into believing something based off propaganda, and that's exactly what that is. Um, like, I know people that will be against 4G or 5G, which is fine. Um, be against pesticides and all that other stuff, which is fine. Like, back in the day, I wouldn't believe in any of that. I'd be like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Um, but then they lump in climate change with that. They'd be like, fuck the banks, fuck the big corporations, fuck all this. And then it's like, climate change doesn't exist. What? Anyway, that just pisses me off. Uh, but yes, no. Donald Trump's gonna win, so expect that. Expect that. People prepare, seriously. Um, it's gonna be, rough. It's gonna be rough. I wouldn't say be afraid, because fear is the what we're trying to purge right now, going into the new age. But take it day by day as well. That's my best advice. Take it day by day. That's what I'm doing. Like today went really well. I got my belt in jujitsu, or my stripe in jujitsu, which is flipping amazing. After many months, they're like, "Hey, you did a great. You're doing a great job, and I'm seeing you here." So that was beautiful, and work went pretty well. I realized I'm like, "Fuck! I only have 3 weeks left before I have to like set or bring this tool and have it all up and running and to the customer." Like, geez, I thought I had more time. So now I'm kind of in crunch mode, which is good, but I got a lot done today. Um, I've been switching between dread and joy, which is annoying. I'm on the pendulum. Um, as for other details, crazy thing happened today. I was driving and I tend to make assumptions. Um, and I was thinking the road was longer than it was for this like merging lane, and I'm like, well, all right. I'm like, okay, cool, cool, cool. I don't remember. I think it was like zoned out in my own world, which is not ideal when you're driving. But anyways, I'm just driving along, and I'm like, shit. Like I look up, and well, I wasn't doing anything. I think I was like zoned out. Maybe I was looking down a little bit. I wasn't on my phone or anything, but I was zoned out, and I look up or I glance up or something, and I'm like, the merging corners coming up really fast. You know, where the concrete, like when you're merging into not into a main road, but like when a lane's combining. So there was a concrete part there that it was a slight incline of like kind of a concrete wedge or like a when you drive up a curb, it was like a curb but not as intense. Anyway, I'm like, well, crap, this guy's on my right side and he's coming up on me, and I'm like, well, the left side I would have to like yank my wheel, and that is not ideal to try and yank my wheel and get into this left corner that like it's like it was like a fairly steep turn, like a quarter circle. It was a pretty anyway. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to merge, and this guy's coming up on me. I'm like, all right, well, I guess I just got to push the pedal down. Like I got no other option. I can't yank the wheel to the other side. I would probably crash and hit something. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess I floor it then and hope for the best. And luckily, nothing happened, and I'm all right. Like maybe my alignment's off in my car, but other than that, I'm good. Um, so I'm grateful. I'm grateful that nothing bad happened, and I'm grateful I got to jujitsu okay, and I'm grateful that the other person was okay, and I'm just grateful in general. I'm grateful for the fact that I hit 2 green lights today. I'm grateful for my friend, her response, even though she hasn't got back to me yet. I'm grateful that it was not nearly as bad as I thought it would be. It wasn't outright rejection. It wasn't outright leaving me as a friend. Any of that. Um, and I'm grateful that I won't need to work anymore. You know, come like about a year, I won't need to work anymore. I'm grateful that I'm going to be able to change a lot of lives. Like I'm gonna release a book um, at some point about this journey, this mission. Um, I have a ways to go, but I'm gonna get there. I'm going to get there. You know, it's a day at a time here. It's a really a day at a time. It's so hard right now. My gosh, it's so hard. Like I've kind of lost my direction, lost what I'm doing. Like, why am I doing this? God's given me like the huge mission I have here, and it's like, how do I even get there? How do I even get there? You know, reversing energetic dark portals. I feel like it's one of them. I know it's one of them. Um, reversing energetic portals. Um, traveling to different chakras of the earth. in person and doing energy work there, and then writing this book. I'm starting a men's group. Uh, Other than that, I have no idea, but those are pretty big ones. Living out of a van, that's one. Need to buy that soon though, because when pandemonium hits, it's like vans are going to be out of stock. And they're going to be out of stock, like completely. Anyway, all right. Talk to you later. Hope you guys are all doing well. Namaste and take it easy. This year's going to be insane. Um, yeah, it's accelerating. I can feel it. You probably can too. All right. Talk to you later. Peace out.